Hello, and welcome back to Creepy Brad. But no, this is Lisa the Painful, and it's been a little bit since we last did the part for this. So a little bit update status on this. This is the last part I actually had recorded and put into a chunk. So after this, I gotta do some more recording of Lisa the Painful. And unfortunately, literally just like an hour before I started doing commentating for this video, my recording device broke. So I had to order a new one. Which is unfortunate, but it is something of a better upgrade for what I have. It's still in the ballpark of what I want, so yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be fighting these spider Marties for a bit because they're technically mandatory if you encounter them. Well, a lot of encounters in this game are mandatory. But yeah, it's been a little bit since we was last doing a Lisa part. Last episode or last part we did we fought Wally, and I say the good first half of this is nothing but spider fights, so we're in it for the long haul. What else? So I made a commitment to streaming schedule. And so far I have been, even though it's only been 3 days now, but I have been committed to it so far, and I plan to stick with it. Basically, I made a long tweet about it, but I'll explain into this. Basically, my goal is I'm going to try to start streaming every single day, except Sunday. Sunday being my day off, my day relaxing, and unless something comes up that day where I won't be able to stream, I'm gonna actually push the link, post info about it on Twitter. And there probably will be times where that happens because life happens. But yeah, I'm committed to it, and I started yet another game streaming with Super Robot Wars. By the time this is uploaded, I mean there's already parts uploaded right as me commentating over this. And that's been fun. But outside of just adding that game, my commitment for the rest of this year is to try to get through everything I have started streaming. Which is one reason why I want to do this commitment of streaming just about every day. And the way I'm going to start streaming, too, is I'm going to be committed, for the most part, I'm going to be committed to whatever I'm currently streaming is the game I'm streaming. I'm also going to stick with that game until, till I'm satisfied or until I've beaten it, etc., etc. The only exception being I have also started streaming Mario Maker before Nintendo shuts the servers down for that. I will be flip-flopping between Super Robot Wars and Mario Maker for those. But that's going to be like every other couple of days. And speaking of Monday morning, Monday morning I will be doing another hour session of Mario Maker. But I'm going to use the usual. I'm going to do like a 2-hour session streams. And the aim is going to be towards 10 o'clock. There might be a possible exception coming up actually very soon where I might do it earlier because I got a few things I got to do. But, regardless. The plan is 2-hour sessions except on my days off where those will be towards the night. And those will be anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, or even longer, possibly. Just depends on how I am. And the more I'm doing streaming, the more I am thinking about doing some of the other stuff streaming-wise as well. Like, Like, I did mention that I would like to do Lisa the Joyful as a regular playthrough, but I might change that and change some other ways. Like, basically, I'm probably just gonna make it every single game that I play. Other than the ones that I've already started playthroughs of. Those I'm fully committed to continuing as regular playthrough videos. And it'd be weird just to say, hey, you know, if you want to see me play the rest of Lisa, come watch my streams. Which I think would be a little weird, so. With that, so that means, yeah, I feel more confident saying that and doing that. So, that leaves it to where... Okay, so there might be one game. There might be one possible game that I have not started yet as a playthrough that will be just a regular play. 2 games. Possibly. One game. Possibly just one game. I think I mentioned it before that I did actually started doing some recordings for Disgaea PC as a traditional playthrough. I'm doing Disgaea 1 complete as a streaming. But Disgaea 1 PC is going to be like more traditional playthrough. And honestly, I think a more superior version. Now, I haven't played quite a bit of Disgaea 1 complete now. Even though Disgaea 1 complete does take some things that are pretty nice. But getting back to what I said, so yeah. So, as of right now, I feel like the only videos that's going to be traditional playthroughs now, in the seeable future, is going to be Lisa the Painful, Final Fantasy IX, Unlimited Saga, Disgaea PC. And honestly, I think that's going to be it. I think everything else, I'm going to stick to traditional streaming. I don't know, it just... Guess it's less work in a way? But that's not going to be for a while because, you know, actually all 4 of those are RPGs, so they're going to be longest, especially in the case of Unlimited Saga, which I need to get back to as soon as I get my new recording device, that is. And, Disgaea PC will probably be long. Or, yeah, Disgaea PC. However, I'm not going to start Disgaea PC's playthrough until I get up to... where I'm comfortable with the NIS games. But yeah, I think I'm actually considering doing just Angel's Present as a streaming game. Once everything's said and done. So that'd be hilarious trying to figure out everything on the fly. Instead of doing post-recording. But like I said, I got so many other games I gotta finish streaming. It's nuts. How many games was it total? Not counting any challenges I did on stream. For multiple reasons, those I do not count. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In total, I have 10 games for streaming. And the current order right now, which is the order I'm pretty set on doing, is, in terms of priority, is Super Mario Maker. That's going to take precedent till the server's in. Super Robot Wars. Superman Returns. Disgaea 1 Complete. Sonic Boom. Fallout 3. The Legend of Bean. 7th Deep. And then King Arthur. And then I will be starting a new game after King Arthur. It's sort of been always on the planned list. DMC. I secret stash. Okay, so that's enough of the spiders. So let's get right down to more of the Lisa here. Well, that's the mask we made for Buddy. Hey, speaking of Buddy. Buddy. Brad? Where have you been? I've been looking for you. Are you hurt? Where's Uncle Stinky? And Rick? I don't know. Wait, what's going on? It's dangerous for you to be out here. We talked about this before. Let's go. No, I know what's going on. What? Rick and Stinky told me everything. I know how important I am to this world. People actually need me, Brad. They all care about me, something you never did. But you know, I do care about you. I'm here to save you. Oh, Lord. Spoiler alert, this is actually, like, a misunderstanding. Actually going into, like, further depth with it. Stinky actually never did anything to Buddy like that. Notice how we don't have the card keys no more? They just took it away from us. Because that would break sequence, I suppose. So if you actually gave the dynamite to these guys, you would actually blow up the rock down here, and it would just immediately just go right up to Buddy. Hey, kiddo. Say, you got any spare change? Brad, I want money, not these dirty magazines. Where'd you get these anyway? Shame on you. You seen Tony? He needs to come home. That's Stinky's father. I don't think the game ever makes it clear that it's Stinky's father. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it actually says his last name later on. And I'm just not remembering correctly. Hey, Brad tried his best to make that poncho. Alright, let's get on out of here. Uh-oh. It's these guys again. Good morning, sunshine. Can you feel the joy today? How about you, beautiful? Stay away from her. Right, Brad, you know her? You want her? You know this man? Yes. Who is he to you? I don't know anymore. I see. Oof. So yeah, even if you try to go a joyless route, The ending is pretty much going to be the same regardless. There's a few exceptions here and there where, like, the very, very end of it will change. Like, a little bit more background element stories to tell, informing you the more info about what has happened in the past and stuff. So, it is necessary if you want to get multiple ending sequences, but for the most part, the ending is going to be the same. Now, obviously, from going here forward, you still want to do a joyless route if you want to get that particular ending sequence. It's basically like an after credit sequence, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my goodness. Brad. She's getting older. How can you blame me? Besides, she wanted it. She's thirsty for knowledge. Someone needs to educate her. You're just not capable. It's all over for you. We're fighting Big Sticky. I just said Big Sticky, and that actually sounded weird. Because we are under Joy, our power does increase. That is the benefit of Joy if you take it. You get a boost in strength. For the most part, like, every hit's gonna be a critical. This ain't a really hard fight. Now that joy status can go away pretty... I think it's random when it goes away, actually. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I had a playthrough before, like, I immediately lost it. Like, after one turn in this fight. Don't blame me, I'm just trying to help. He's dead. Those creeps. They're headed for our blockade. Hey, we got our keys back. So, we are going to be heading towards Area 3 next part, possibly. I'm not too sure. I won't lie, it's been a while since I did some recordings for Lisa Painful. For the remainder of this video, though, we are going to a secret area. So we'll be checking that out for the remainder of this video. Then, I'm fairly certain the, well, no. There's an area in between, Area 3 and Area 2. And we're probably going to spend quite a bit of time in Area 2 for, grinding purposes. Because I do intend to grind a little bit just to make things go a little bit faster towards the end. Oh, goodness. It won't budge. So this is where scientists lived here and worked here. I imagine it was like a work at home or home at work. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, like when I go into these playthroughs, I try to not bring up theories too much, even though I possibly have brought up theories before in the past, and I honestly can't remember, but like I want to go strictly into what the game says, and also bring in what the developer has said on said games. Like they clarifying some details and whatnot. So I try not to focus on theories too much. There might be like one or two cases where a theory just fits so well that it's pretty much flat out is everything but said directly. But other than that, yeah, I try not to go too much into theories, but from what I'm understanding, well, I mean, this is pretty much true. Basically, going into spoiler territories here. Joy was developed for the military. Well, that's Joy Mutant. You don't have to worry about him though. He's just a save point. He's actually removed the pain mode, believe it or not. Look at that guy go. But these guys are actually a result of Joy. I believe they're in particular. But, sorry, I'm reading a little bit of info before I say something. But basically, Joy was developed to, for like military purposes, if I'm not mistaken about that part. They were trying to create weapons, basically, and there's been various stages of what that is. Now, I'm not entirely sure if Joy is responsible for what we're fighting right now, these guys. But basically, the experiments altogether created multiple creatures out of this, including the things that we're fighting now. The Joy Mutants, which is the very last stage of the weapons they were trying to develop. And then the Fish People, which we saw earlier. And then there's another one we haven't seen just yet. You'll actually learn a lot more about this if you go into pain mode, because in this particular area, just jumping ahead a little bit, in this particular area, if you're not in pain mode, you cannot explore this area fully. So that's why I've always really recommend, well, I mean, that's hard to recommend right away. Hey, do pain mode if you want to get the full story. But, that, I mean, you are missing a few things in pain mode. But you're also missing a few things if you go straight into pain mode, if you don't do the normal mode, because there's a few things here and there that changes. But this, just to me, this is like the big one for pain mode, is being able to explore the lab. In pain mode. So we're fighting another Joy Mutant. Oh, I truly think this is like the best RPG Maker game I have played and seen, in my opinion. There's a new RPG game that looks like it came out that people are pretty excited about. But I'm not too sure if that was RPG Maker or not. Let me double check that. You get him, Terry. Okay, yeah, it is an RPG Maker game. The one I'm looking at. It looked like it came out not too long ago. It's a horror RPG Maker game, but I think it actually has RPG battle mechanics into it. I'm gonna have to check it out. In fact, I need to see if it's on Steam or where it's at. Because I still plan on continuing that RPG top RPG list. It should be illegal. Oh, I already have it on my wish list. It's Omari, I think is how you pronounce it. That's the game I'm talking about. Yeah, because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at screenshots of the game right now. There's actual battles in it too and whatnot. It's something cool. It looks cool. I'm interested in it. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before, I generally think this is still today the best RPG Maker game. Because it just does things so unique. I'm not entirely sure if anybody's thought of, oh, let me just make it a side-scroller. But and even other RPG games in general, I just feel Lisa takes so good advantage of status elements and just plays with that idea. I don't know. I love this game. It's a good game. It's really good. And by the time this playthrough is complete, 20 years down the road, I plan to judge it on my list. Very rambling part this episode of this particular part of the playthrough. But we're closing to the end here. But yeah, like I said, this was the last Lisa part I had ready to go to be commentated over. So after this, I got multiple Final Fantasy IX parts to do. So Lisa, it'll be a little bit, but we'll be coming back to Lisa hopefully before too long. And up ahead is where we can normally go in here if we're in pain mode, but since we're not, we can't enter here. And with that, that will be the end of this part. So yeah, we got lots to do after this. So yeah. So stay tuned for another Lisa the Painful part.